Welcome back, garden friends. If you've ever wondered how to build soil that practically grows plants on its own, then today's secret might just blow your mind. The truth is, there's one plant that creates such an amazing relationship with earthworms that it can completely transform your garden, and that plant is Comfrey. When Comfrey and worms work together, you get faster composting, richer soil, and plants that grow as if they're on steroids, without ever touching synthetic fertilizer. Let's dive into why Comfrey and worms are an unbreakable bond your garden absolutely needs. Comfrey is an ancient herb with roots that reach 10 feet deep into the soil. While most plants are scratching the surface for nutrients, Comfrey dives deep, pulling up minerals that are usually out of reach. Calcium, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, all the building blocks of healthy soil and strong plants, are concentrated in Comfrey's broad, soft leaves. That's why Comfrey is often called a dynamic accumulator. When those leaves are cut down and laid on the soil surface, they act like a green super fertilizer. They break down quickly, release all those hidden nutrients, and provide a feast not only for your plants, but also for the creatures working beneath the soil, especially worms. Here's where things get exciting. Worms are opportunists. They flock to areas where organic matter is soft, moist, and easy to break down. Comfrey leaves check every box. They're tender, nutrient-packed, and decompose rapidly. Unlike tough, woody material that takes months to rot, Comfrey leaves start to melt into the soil almost immediately, creating the perfect buffet for worms. As worms devour these leaves, they process them into worm castings, the richest natural fertilizer you can get. These castings are packed with plant-available nutrients, beneficial microbes, and natural growth hormones that supercharge your soil. In short, worms treat Comfrey like their favorite meal, and in return, they give you back something far more valuable. If you've got a compost bin or pile, adding Comfrey is like flipping on the turbo button. Because Comfrey decomposes so quickly, it acts as a compost activator, heating up your pile, speeding up the breakdown of tougher materials, and drawing in worms by the hundreds. A handful of Comfrey layered between grass clippings, kitchen scraps, and cardboard can cut your composting time in half. And once the worms discover that Comfrey is in the pile, they'll stick around. They burrow through the layers, pulling bits of Comfrey deeper into the heap, ensuring that nutrients are spread evenly. If you've ever dreamed of compost that's ready in weeks instead of months, Comfrey is the secret ingredient. But why stop at the compost pile? You can feed Comfrey leaves directly to your worms. If you maintain a worm bin or vermicomposting system, try dropping in a few chopped leaves. You'll see the worms swarm toward them almost immediately. It's like giving candy to kids at a birthday party. The result? Your worm population will explode, your bin will smell fresher, and the castings you harvest will be even more potent. Some worm farmers even use Comfrey as a primary feed because of how quickly worms convert it into high-quality castings. One of the easiest ways to harness the Comfrey worm connection is by practicing chop and drop. Here's how it works. Grow Comfrey plants along the borders of your raised beds or near fruit trees. Every few weeks during the growing season, cut back the large leaves and lay them directly on the soil surface around your plants. Within days, the leaves start to wilt and soften. Worms detect the decaying organic matter and move in from the surrounding soil. As they eat and tunnel, they leave behind castings and create air channels that improve soil structure and water infiltration. The result is a living cycle where worms and Comfrey continuously feed each other, and honestly, your plants benefit the most. Here's a bonus hack for those who want liquid gold for their garden. Comfrey can also be turned into a worm-friendly tea. Simply soak chopped Comfrey leaves in a bucket of water for a week or two. The result will be a dark, nutrient-rich liquid. Pour this tea lightly over your compost pile, your worm bin, or directly onto garden beds. Worms love the moisture and nutrients, and your soil will come alive with microbial activity. At the end of the day, the partnership between Comfrey and worms is about creating a self-sustaining system. Comfrey mines nutrients from deep underground. Worms process those nutrients and spread them evenly through your soil. Together, they transform waste into fertility, dead dirt into living earth, and struggling plants into thriving ones. You don't need expensive fertilizers, complicated systems, or fancy equipment. With a few comfrey plants and a healthy worm population, your garden can practically feed itself year after year. It's one of nature's simplest, yet most powerful alliances. So if you've been looking for a way to boost your soil health without breaking the bank, Comfrey and worms are the duo you've been waiting for. Plant some comfrey near your beds, feed the leaves to your worms, and watch as your soil transforms before your eyes. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss more soil secrets, compost hacks, and worm-friendly gardening tips. Together, we'll keep building gardens that are alive, thriving, and abundant.